Well, hello friends, this is Tommy Oaks and this is the Story Break. Now you need to know that this story I'm getting ready to tell you is the third installment of a 4-part story. You will probably enjoy this story a little more if you go see part 1 and part 2. The first story is called The Three Sillies and the second one is called The Woman and Her Cow. And you will find them in the archives of Knoxville Community Media. So having gone through story number 1, where the young man decided he wasn't going to marry a girl because her family was so silly that he was going to go try to find some silly people, at least 3 more. In the second story, we heard about how he did find one sillier because he found a woman that had a trick she was trying to pull on her cow and it didn't work so well. Hope you'll check those 2 stories and let me tell you the third one. Well, that next day, that fellow walked and he went into a little town, was going to have to spend the night, and so he went to an inn, and the innkeeper said, well, I got one room, but you'll have to share it with another fellow, but there's 2 beds in that room, and I'll give you half price. So the young man went and met the fellow, and he seemed to be a nice enough fellow, and they went to bed and went to sleep. Next morning, the traveler, that fellow, was laying in the bed, and he heard a thump, and then he heard another thump, and he shook himself and looked up, and he saw that his companion that had slept in the other bed had done a strange thing. He had tied his breeches to the bedpost, and he was taking a runny-go and trying to jump into them. And the young man said, what on earth are you doing? The fellow said, well, I'm trying to put my pants on. Can't you see? He took a run and he jumped, and he didn't get into them. Well, the young man said, this is crazy. Well, the fellow says, it's not just crazy, it's a hard thing because it takes me the best part of an hour every morning just to get my pants on. Well, the young man said, there's a much better way to put your pants on. Let me show you. And he showed that fella how to put his pants on. And the fella said, well, I never thought of doing it that way. Thank you very much. And so that young man left that inn and said, well, that's 2. Now, will he find a third silly? Well, we'll find out in the next story. Thanks for stopping. See you next time.